What's up, geeks? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I take these headphones off. So I was kind of hoping I can get the same setup that I had last week, but that building's closed today. But hey, it is what it is. This is good enough. I like the lighting. But anyways, today what I want to speak to you guys about is how curiosity can help you as a software developer. So you may already know this, but I've already mentioned this before in an earlier video, and I don't know how long you've been watching my channel, but when you have curiosity as a software developer, that shows that you have interest for something. The way that I got into software development was off of my pure curiosity, pure interest. I didn't go to college for this. I went to college, I got my undergraduate in economics, and then I got my master's in information systems. And I played D1 college football, University of Utah, there we go. And after I finished playing ball, there was a lot of things that I wanted to do. I wanted to play my guitar. Well, I wanted to learn how to play guitar, so I actually purchased a guitar. And the next thing I wanted to do, I wanted to learn how to build mobile apps. When I first got into college, there was no such thing as a mobile app. And then overnight, it was like everybody had a mobile app. So I was kind of curious just as to why was the BlackBerry the top phone, and then all of a sudden overnight the smartphone just replaced it. So what I did, I went ahead and I purchased a MacBook Pro on credit card, and then I also went and I purchased a Swift 5 book, and I copied everything that I had in the book, and I still was confused on what was going on. So I was building mobile apps in iOS, but I really didn't know what I was doing. I was basically just copying what was in the book, but I could not take a design and then actually take what was on that design and get it to show on the screen. That was the problem. So Objective-C and Swift, it was a little bit over my head as somebody who has never touched any kind of software development, nobody who knows anything about any kind of coding. I don't have any kind of mentor. Most people in my family didn't even get a high school degree. So for me, it was really just like I was doing it on my own. So what I did is I went from building applications in iOS to actually moving to the web. So I started working on HTML, CSS. I understood the relationship between HTML and CSS, how you can use certain components within HTML, and then also you can use certain different styles. You can build those styles, or you can actually get those styles externally and then add them to your application. And then from there, I was actually just looking at websites like Facebook, websites I can't remember because it's so long ago, but Facebook was the top site at that time. And I was like, I'm just going to build a Facebook app, non-functional. I'm just going to build the website and then just so I can get a feel for what's going on. So that's exactly what I did. And from there, I started getting into JavaScript. Now, all I know about JavaScript is that it allows you to manipulate the DOM. And there's a lot I still don't know on the website because I'm a professional mobile guy. But I do know that when you use JavaScript, you're able to actually just take different pieces of the DOM, reference different nodes within the DOM, and then do some kind of any kind of functionality, any kind of animation, anything that you want to do with your website. Now, once I got a good handle on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, React Native had came out shortly before that. I want to say a little bit before I got into web. And my passion was mobile. That was the main reason I got into it. If I would have stuck with the web, I probably wouldn't even be here right now. I wouldn't have been a software developer because I don't care for the web. And so once I got a good handle on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, I went to React Native. And React Native is just you're basically using web components. You're using the same type of the same type of rhythm or the same type of pattern that you do on the website. You was doing that on the mobile side. And that made it a lot easier for me to understand. So I went from building things on the web non-functionally to building things on mobile apps non-functionally. So, but still for me, even though it wasn't functional, my confidence grew because I knew I was starting to make sense. I was understanding what was going on. Another reason why curiosity is good for you as a mobile developer is because of perseverance. When you're interested in something, you have a love for something just because, you're not obligated to learn, you're not doing it for a grade, it allows you to persevere. Because I promise you, there were definitely hard times for me as somebody who never did any kind of software development, and then I got these books and I was getting all these different tools, all these things were thrown at me, and I was confused most of the time. But the fact that I was just so interested in it, it was easy for me to get over those humps, or to do the research around actually figuring out how something worked. Because that's why I tell you guys, mentorship is the best way, because that took me like a total of 2 years. And I could condense those 2 years in about a few months, honestly, about three to 6 months. Honestly, I could have been a professional developer. I wouldn't have known everything, but I would have learned way faster. And I had nobody to go to because mobile apps were completely new at the time. Even right now, mobile apps are new. There's not many people who actually know how to build a mobile app with React Native or natively with iOS or Android. So for me, it was just like an easy in when I got out of college. Initially, I thought that I was going to be a data analyst, and then it just turned out there was just a higher demand for mobile developers. And hey, I lucked out. You know what? And having this curiosity as a software developer, it makes you a lifelong learner. There's a lot of people who have 20 plus years of software development, and they really don't know much more than a person who's been doing it for about 1 or 2 years. And that's because they got comfortable. They got comfortable with the same language, and they got comfortable using the same tools and doing the same thing year in and year out. They never wanted to learn anything new. I promise you, any software developer that's watching this, they are going to be able to relate to what I'm saying. Because there's plenty of guys I know that were like way older than me, like in their 50s, and they had plenty of opportunities to learn the different tools over the last like 20, 30 years, but they didn't. They just did the bare minimum. They wanted to work their 9 to 5, get their dough, and go home. And they got stuck in that pattern. I'm not going to get stuck in that pattern, because regardless if you're paying me or not, I'm going to be coding for life. I do algorithms for fun. That's my puzzle. You know how some people, they sit on the plane and they do these little these word problems or whatever. They do that thing. That's not my thing. My thing is, if I want to get any kind of brain work, I like to code algorithms. I like to find out what is the best way to actually take a piece of data and actually to manipulate that data to get it to show exactly what I want it to do. That's the most awesome part for me, and I get so much. I just get my confidence grows so much just from actually figuring out an algorithm that was it could have took me a month before to get it, and all of a sudden I understand. I can see the pattern, and I can get it. I can take care of that algorithm in about 30 minutes. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Also, if you're new to React Native and you're interested in it, check out my course, React Native Without the Bullshit. Learn React Native Without the Bullshit. There's a link in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.